What are options trading market hours? So this is a question that always seems really confusing because there's so many different answers, but all those answers are misleading because we're in a global marketplace. So what are options trading market hours? They're from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. Now, this is the only answer that you need. 9:30 to 4 o'clock. However, there's always these other answers like 24-hour trading. The CPOE now offers index options trading on the SPX, the SPXW, the VIX, the XSP, and they offer this 24-hour a day global market for those four symbols. Eh, But what that means is that those symbols can trade 24 hours a day if your marketplace is open. So if you live in London, you can trade the SPX options during your London trading hours. If you're in the US, then you can trade the SPX in your market's trading hours. So for the US, you would have a US broker and you would trade the SPX and those four symbols that I mentioned only in the regular trading session. There is no other answer than this. So if you run across any articles or anything that discusses such alternative hours, just keep that in mind. In fact, this is the CBOE website. And you can see here that we've got the C1 options trading hours in Eastern time. And beginning in the Globex trading hours or the global trading hours, GTH, they say that you can trade between 9 p.m. and or yeah, 8 p.m. to 9:15 a.m. overnight. But there's no broker that offers this. So you can't. If some other nation is open, say at 2 in the morning, like London, if they're open at midnight, like the Asian markets, and they want to trade these Globex options, they can because they would be available in the overnight hours to those brokers, but they're not available to US brokers. All right. So hopefully, this eliminates any doubt or confusion about after hours trading in the options market. US traders can trade from 9:30 till 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday. That's the trading hours. Now, you can find different data sets that will show they'll start taking orders at different times, but there won't be a transaction that actually goes through until 9:30. Since options are derived from the stock price, we need the market to be open for those options to accurately reflect the price, right? That's where confusion sets in when it comes to the fact that the S&P, for an example, doesn't move in the overnight hours. The SPX closes at 4 o'clock for the US, and then it opens again at 9:30 the next day for the US. We don't have anything in the middle to trade. There is just nothing there. So there's another set of options out there that can be traded, but these are not for stocks, they're for futures. Futures markets are regulated by a different governing body. And these options, depending on your broker, can be traded in the after hours. So if we go to the ES, the NASDAQ, the Russell, looking at the futures product like the ES or the NQ, those options, those can be traded in the after hours, but only because they're a futures market. and futures are not regulated the same way that stocks are regulated. These markets, which are open 24 hours a day, minus the curb, right? You got your 1 hour curb, minus that time frame, these markets are open. And so it makes sense that their options are open as well. Now, I know that there's always the confusion about other markets that are open 24 hours a day. Thinkorswim makes that easy for you to see in their watch lists. They like to highlight the open markets with a 24-hour symbol right there. You can see that little yellow dot next to XLK, for an example. What that represents is that you can trade the XLK 24 hours a day minus the curb, or you could trade XLF, XLE, UNG, all of those with that little 24-hour emblem. So why can't you trade the options the same way? Unfortunately, at this point, you can't. But that is something that the CBOE continues to work on. They have made tremendous strides towards changing the options landscape. If you remember, not even 5 years ago, the only product that had even 3 expirations in a week were the S&Ps, the SPY, the SPX. Now, those and others have 5 expirations a week. So they're constantly pushing and trying to update and modernize the options world where, at some point we may be able to trade 24 hours a day in the options world. But for right now, we just cannot. All right. So what are options trading market hours? From 9:30 to 4 o'clock.